light and truth of God. Innocence for all eternity. In this moment, nothing else exists. The light, the innocence, the purity, the truth, the love itself, which is all light, purity, and truth, is all that exists. Nothing else exists at all. Nothing else is real. This is the journey. A journey that is in reality unnecessary, because all that there is love. Nothing has ever changed. Nothing has ever left. Nothing has happened. But it seems like a journey to the beloveds who believe in a separate world, in a separate self, in a separate identity, in a separate thought system that says, I know. And in that false belief, a journey is used. So as you walk with what you think of as time, you believe that there is a journey. And because of that belief, the Holy Spirit uses that belief and transforms through that belief, so that it becomes a journey without distance to the truth, the light that you never left. And every beloved in their awakening, which is the realization that only love exists, in that awakening, that is the realization. Nothing. There was no journey. There was no other life. There was no battle. There was no separate self. In all the perceived protections and defenses that were used for that mirage of time is now laughingly recognized as nothing. But while you believe in it, it seems real to you because your mind has said so. The journey of love is a journey of the ending of a war. To drop the swords of imaginary purpose and to let the heart open and remember Remember love, remember God, remember the exquisite peace, the blissful life, the joy of love itself. And of course, it would have to be so insane to believe something else. And yet, to believe in battle, to believe in lack, to believe in war, to believe in death, when love waits, when love waits patiently for every beloved to lay down the swords and open your arms and let your heart melt and let your mind be free of the nightmares of a made-up story, a made-up identity. And that it was all for nothing. That belief of war, that belief of battle, that belief of lack, it was all for nothing. It solved nothing, accomplished nothing. No learnings came from it, because in the awakening, it's all gone. It disappears, because it never was. And happily, every beloved merges back from the belief that they were separate. Bodies all fall away, never real, never purposeful, never legitimate, used for a while for only one purpose: to remember love. Used by many in the belief of getting, in the deeper sleep, in the deeper insanity, believing that you could be something else besides the light of God, and that you know something that is worth holding on to and protecting and defending. And love keeps calling. Love keeps inviting. And love opens the door to remembering. And the happiest realization is that nobody has done anything. There is no wrongdoing. There is no sin. And even the forgiveness that was used temporarily disappears. Only a temporary gift to shake out the cobwebs and to let go of the pain that it was perceived as real. the only reason that beloveds take their time in waking up is fear. The fear of love. The fear of not being in control. As if there was something to control. And all the while choosing pain and suffering as true to hide from love. This wasn't consciously in anyone's awareness. But this is part of the remembering, is allowing that this upside downness has no service, has no truth, has no reality, that it will not bring you anything except to affirm your belief in battle, your belief in suffering. And a little tiny hit of being right that appeases the ego for a few moments and then disappears to start the battle again. Don't be afraid of love. That's why all the beings of love are constantly whispering, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of love. It's not the enemy. The belief in separation is the only thing that causes pain, causes the belief in suffering. The fear of death. That it's in this moment that everything can be surrendered by choice. By intention. I must love. You have the power of the light of God within you because it's what you are. You can try to bury it. You can try to ignore it. You can doubt it all you want. It never leaves. The power of the light is who and what you are. And the willingness to remember is within you. And this is the moment, the new moment for love to shine, to be accepted, and to recognize you have this divine choice. It's never gone. It may seem at times to be distant, but that's only from choice. Surrendering into love. Is your yes. Step by step, every moment is a new moment of beginning again, of surrendering the past, and coming becoming empty and allowing. I don't know what I am. I don't know how to look on anything. I don't know what anything is for. I don't know how to walk this journey. Hold my hand and show me the way. I will follow. And all of the universe answers that call. You're never without help. You are never without the means of remembering. That's part of the healing, is the willingness to put your faith and trust in the wisdom of the universe, in the light of God, and to trust in the true life of love that isn't known to you yet. It's not in your awareness yet, but the ancient memory is within you. And the willingness is within you. This moment, this lifetime, now, remembering, willingness to remember. Step by step, love leads. In this moment, love calls to breathe. Love calls in every moment to breathe. When your focus is on your breath, you can't be thinking. And there is your respite. And there is your communion within that sacred breath. Breathing deeply and fully with the willingness to let go of any control that you thought you were holding on to. Becoming just for this moment obedient to the call of love. Following the call of love to breathe and allow that holy breath and as you breathe deeply in, there can be an awareness of connection that when you're in the mind, you're not able to be aware of. But in breathing, love is invited. So breathe deeply, fully, inviting sacred breath into all the energy bodies. And surrendering the energy bodies into the hands of God, into the hands of Spirit to be used, to be transformed, to be returned to light, to no longer be used as a hiding place of defense and battle. Surrendering the energy bodies into love, grounding the truth into the heart with the determination that only love exists. And breathing deeply and fully, bringing divine breath into the mind, clearing the mind, surrendering the mind, everything that you thought you knew, everything that you thought about anything, surrendering it all, emptying the mind into the hands of God, willing for the mind to be filled with the light of God, used only for love. Finding the willingness of the heart to invite love and extend love. And breathing and allowing. Surrendering the nervous system into the hands of God, letting the nervous system be used only for love. No longer held captive by the past, run by the mind. Surrendering. And surrendering the physical body into the hands of God. All ideas of limitation, separation, and the need for protection surrendered. Completely surrendered. Allowing. And surrendering the emotional body into the hands of God. Willing for the emotional body to be cleansed by the power of love itself as you surrender the use of it from the past. In the past, having used it for hatred, the expression of hatred. In the past, having used it for the expression of caution, the expression of doubt, the expression of all fears, all let go and surrendered into the hands of God. Willing now for the emotional body to be used by Spirit. The Spirit of love, willing only to express gratitude, compassion, kindness, trust, joy, all love, no longer run by the mind and the belief of death, but now used only by Spirit for the expression of love. And breathing. Breathing in every moment with the intention of the communion with God. Opening, allowing, surrendering. And affirming that in this moment there is only one presence. It is love itself. Whatever has been held in the mind in the past, surrendered now. All beliefs of limitation, purposefully surrendered. With the deep intention of the heart to be the servant of love, the instrument of love, the truth of love. Surrendering the belief in games, the games that have been played of battle, caution, suspicion, all surrendered. Forgiven as unreal, untrue, unusable, with no value. The willingness to invite the Spirit of love to lead the way. I will follow. In this divine presence of love, it is the life force of God. And within this life force is true life, the beginning of true life, in the awareness of true life. Within this life force we live and move and breathe as one. This life force is not available in separation. This life force is not in awareness, in the belief of protection and defense of any kind. This life force is your true nature. The willingness to accept this life force of love and live as this life force of love in harmony and joy. And breathing and allowing. One heart and one breath. Opening, inviting every beloved, inviting the healing of the heart, inviting the return to the awareness of oneness. No enemies, no story, only love. Moment to moment, asking, where would you have me be? What would you have me do? How would you have me look on this or anything? Show me the way. Take my every movement and use it for love, as it is surrendered. The belief opening that there are no needs that are never completely unnecessary, because everything is always available in love. The journey home is a journey of letting go, a journey of surrender, a journey of forgiveness, a journey of acceptance. Allow this prayer to find the devotion within of what you truly want, and that you will not allow any longer to believe in the lies of victimhood, that you will believe in the lies of lack, that you will believe in the lies of separation. Finding that call of love within that refuses any longer to stay in separation, in the belief of separation when it doesn't exist. Come along, brother, let's go on this path of light and love. Come along, sister, let's go on this path of light and love with our Father and our Mother, and letting all pain go. Let us pray and work for this goal. It's the task of our lives. I see the Spirit. I see my soul, I see the light in me. As my heart opens like a flower, I become the living God. I create and I am created within the oneness of all. I create and I am created within the oneness of all. This is a call. This is a deep calling for everyone. Come along, come. Walk the way of love, and do not any illusions deter you from your purpose. Do not allow what you think you know to distract you from your holy, divine calling. On this path of light and love, we walk with the Divine Mother and Father. That is your only purpose of awareness, is to recognize and surrender to the Divine Mother and Father. And to refuse to be distracted. Refuse to be distracted, recognizing that you have the choice. You have the choice of remembering. And as you say yes to this journey of love, your heart will open like a flower, and you will recognize the living God. But this is only by your choice. There is no rescue helicopter coming while you throw temper tantrums saying no, that will yank you away. That is the fantasy of a child that believes in fantasies. This is about the choice, the yes, the devotion of what you truly want, and bringing your will into the alignment with God's will. Show me the way. I don't know what to say or do, but love will direct me. Love will direct me. Am I available? Love cannot direct you when you think you know. Your knowing can appear in a million different ways. One of its main ways is to let you sink back into your illusion of victim, your illusion of a battle, your illusion of separation. As my heart opens like a flower in surrender, I recognize the living God. I create, and I am created within the oneness of all. The oneness of all is where the healing is. The union of our hearts is the garden of love. Simple, uncomplicated, union. There's no judgment in God. There are no opinions in God. There's no criticism in God. There's no fear. There's no lack. Only love. Accepting this, the false identity melts away. Fever of love. The fever of love is necessary. Let yourself be burned up in the fever of love, wanting that fever to burn away all the lies of the past, wanting that fever of love to eradicate all the concepts of separation, wanting so deeply that you refuse to play the game any longer. The determination of love's surrender. The fever of love, here I want to consecrate with the angels of heaven that forever I must love. The fever of love, we must consecrate and give worth to each other. Not waiting to be rescued, but giving worth. Divine worth, seeing the light in every beloved, is the way home. Because every beloved is one. Let's go, beloveds, to unite in this current of love, in this truth of love, refusing the lies of the past, with all divine beings and our Blessed Mother in our hearts and in our minds, releasing all knowing. Going into the heart, opening the heart, we arrive with humility and forgiveness in the truth of love. Humility and forgiveness are the doors that open the truth to the altar. Here in this journey of love, it is a fine study. We simply pay attention every moment to the truth and wanting the truth and wanting to be led. No hooking into the personal identity and the personal beliefs of what the personal knows. We extend our hands and our hearts and we call upon the Divine Mother and Father, please help me and show me the way. Where I don't know to go, show me the way. Show me the way to be a child of yours, of love and perfection, as I offer love and step out of the belief of a personal identity. Turn, 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 and you will find the truth of love with the Blessed Mother. Open your mind and heart to the divine light of that Divine Mother. In the truth of the Divine Mother, you live eternally. In the truth of divine love, you live eternally. Oh, my Queen Mother, bless me with the truth. Open my mind and show me how to have love in my heart as I walk on this earth. Here only to remember. I'm ready to never fall down again in the belief of separation. And in the light of the true vision, you will show me the path, show me the way, show me the truth, show me the light. I ask all the angels to help me to open to this divine purpose. Oh, my Father, I thank you for giving me your hand and showing me the way. And as you gave me your hand, it took me out of the darkness of my own mind, my own concept of separation. My Father, here I give you my life and my heart. I surrender to you in this holy purpose of remembering love. You are the one with the Divine Mother who holds me as I walk in this untrue world of illusion. You support me and show me the path as I am able to walk with humility and with firmness and declare I want to learn to love all beloveds in divine union, in divine love. It is a time for union. It is a time for concentration. It is a time for purification as the heart opens in the remembering of all love. Oh, my Queen Mother, you are with me in every second. Am I with you? Am I remembering you in every second? Don't let this feeble mind turn away. Stay with me as I say yes to the union of love and refuse the battles of the past. The heart says yes to love, to service, to truth, to purpose, leaving all the children's games behind and coming into the spiritual maturity of truth and light and love, the divine purpose of remembering the yes. A febre do amor a que quero consagrar, como os anjos justo sei, para sempre eu devo amar. A febre do amor nós devemos consagrar e dar valor a cada para sempre nos amar. Vamos todos, meus irmãos, se unir neste corrente com Jesus e a Virgem Mãe no peito emocionante, zumbindo pro coração, se consegue alcançar. Humildade e perdão são as portas do astral. Estudo fino, isto prestar atenção. Não entrejar no passarinho quando for estenda a mão. Meu pai e minha rainha me ajudem na batalha para ser filho vosso de amor e promosia. Gira, 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 me alegro meu coração. E meu Pai me consagreço neste nós me dando mal. E tempo de união, e tempo de consagrar, e tempo do apuro de estudo do coração. E minha rainha, minha mãe, rainha da Conceição, não me note nos seguindo nesta luz a união. This hymn, this prayer, is about strength. It's about the true strength that when the temptation of the mind's games shows up, this is a calling to the strength of refusing the lies any longer, no longer willing to play games with the mind of reaction and impulse and the lies of separation. The truth of love is called into intention, deep, deep intention of what you truly want. To realize that it is this lifetime, it is this incarnation, that this incarnation is the incarnation of remembering. For those who have heard the call to love. It's laying down the games, the toys of the past, the games of war, and truly, truly opening to the deep prayer, I want to love. I want to remember love. I want to learn to love. I want to come home. I want to remember. And in that open, sparked heart, direction returns. The way of love will be shown for those who truly want it. And to use time for its only purpose, to remember love. Finding the willingness within. And the forgiveness every moment. The forgiveness of forgetting. And begin again. Only love. It has not rained light. It has not rained light for many days. The wells in most eyes look drought-stricken. Thus friends are not easy to find in this barren place that has been made by the mind, where most everyone has become ill from guarding nothing. On this primal caravan, careers and cities can appear real in this intense desert heat. But I say to my close ones, my beloveds, don't get lost in them. It has not rained light there for days and days and days. Don't look there. Look. Most everyone is diseased from making love to nothing. This divine teaching is a call to reality, to break the trance. The trance of the belief of separation is a choice. And every sacred teaching, every master, every angel, every divine being holds and waits for the choice to be made. It has not rained light for many days when you close your mind and believe in what you know and what you think you see and what you use as habit from the past. Then light isn't in your awareness, and you believe that it isn't raining light because you're busy knowing. And in that place, that drought-stricken place, beloveds are not easy to find. because it's a barren place. It's a place without love. It's a place of fear and of hatred. It wraps itself in different costumes. It wraps itself in the costume of doing, of succeeding, of proving, of winning. It wraps itself in the costume that there is an enemy. There is no enemy. And there, everyone has become ill, very ill, from guarding nothing, from guarding a diseased mind that offers nothing, that serves nothing, that heals nothing. On this primal caravan, careers and cities can appear real in this intense desert heat. Mirages are easy to believe in when you think you know. When you believe your experience and your past. It's all very believable, but untrue. And I say to the beloveds, don't get lost in them. It has not rained there. Has not rained any light since the beginning of separation. The beginning of separation was a tiny mad idea that said, I wonder what it would be like to be separate from God. And a separate world was made, which has no reality, because there is no reality separate from God. It's just desert. Barren desert in the mirage of a fantasy. And look, almost everyone is diseased from making love to nothing. Making love to nothing. This is not an indictment. This is not a condemnation. This is the willingness to see when you believe in a separate self, what's really under the costumes that you're making up, so that you can see it more clearly of what you're choosing, and to recognize that you have a choice. This is one of the first places that the ego develops. The ego first develops the identity to see itself as a victim. And a victim, by definition, has no choice. A victim, by definition, is at the mercy of a world that is cruel and barren of light, lost, wandering, at the mercy of some unknown fantasy source, searching and trying to grasp and hold on to something in the belief of lack and scarcity, making battles everywhere it goes. And all covered up with different costumes, so that you won't recognize the barrenness, so you don't recognize that there is nothing to get, that there is really nothing that is really being offered. The wells in most eyes look drought-stricken. And when you live in that desert, when you live in that belief of separation, then you see that separation everywhere through the eyes that made the separation to begin with. You hear with the ears of separation. You experience everything through the lens of separation, of believing in lack and believing in scarcity and believing that there is death and that you are in danger because that is the identity that you have held, in the belief that you are guilty, that you have separated from the light, from God, and that punishment is real. And that's what keeps being expressed and projected. But it is in the sanity of a moment in your journey, of this battle, that says there must be another way. This can't be the truth. And that spark of willingness comes to your awareness. And then the journey, the conscious journey of remembering love begins. But along the way, the habit draws you back. And games are played with the mind. All in the belief that the mind knows something. That the mind can figure this out. And love keeps calling to recognize that mind is not to figure out anything except that the well is dry. And that there is nothing here in the belief of separation. Nothing. But everything wraps around the belief of being a victim. As long as you believe that something is being done to you from outside yourself, the suffering will seem to continue. Because when you believe that you're the victim, that means that you have to believe that you're at the complete mercy of something cruel and vicious, uncaring, unloving. And this is the self that was self-made, the self-attack, the self-hatred, the self-loathing, that has no truth, but there is a determination within, somehow, in the distortion, and this is what insanity is really about. Insanity is not sane, and it will never be sane. Love is sane. Love is real. Love is light. There is no battle in love. There is no disturbance. There is no problem. There is no problem. But to accept that there is no problem is to accept that the victim identity does not exist. To choose love is to surrender the identity of being a victim. You can't have choice and be a victim. A victim is the epitome of no choice. No choice. The choice is temporary. When you wake up, it's not if, it's when you wake up to the truth of love, choice will disappear. When there is not a choice between love and hate, there is no need for choice. Love is all that there is. But in the temporary belief of separation, love gave you choice so that you could use it to remember. Because you cannot be healed without choosing to be. You cannot be healed, you cannot remember the truth of love without choosing to remember, moment to moment. To choose to put your faith, to accept that only love is real. And that you could see peace in this moment, that you could experience peace in this moment if you choose to. And let go of what you think you know. And to let go of the belief that there is any criticism, that it's not an illusion. It is an illusion. The belief in criticism is what is being called to be surrendered. The belief in judgment, that it actually exists, that there is any judgment, is being called to be surrendered because it does not exist. It's illusion. The belief of separation is being called to be surrendered because it does not exist. It's illusion. Let me recognize the problem so that it can be solved. The recognition of the problem is that there is no problem. So there is nothing to solve. There is nothing to understand. There is nothing to process of the past. There is no problem. To accept this is to allow love to have its way. To refuse to believe that there is a problem. That your eyes are not correct. That your hearing is not accurate. Not even close. That your experience that you base everything on has any validity. No, none. Zip. That your reactions have any validity. No, they do not. They have no validity. They're made up, they're lies, they're illusion. That your impulses of what you think you know, that it has any validity, it has none. It has none. It does not exist. It has no purpose. It has no reality. That is the choice. The fever of love is the invitation to have these lies burned up. Yes, it will probably put you into the divine hospital for a while. More than likely. To let the divine fever of love burn. Burn away the lies. And to trust enough that that burning away, that unraveling, that dismantling is nothing to be afraid of. It's what you have waited for since you incarnated into a separate belief of separation. To gladly welcome the transformation. To gladly welcome the transformation is to follow in discipline, in firmness, the teachings that lead the way. I could see peace instead of this. I am upset because I believe I see something that is not there. It's not there. Does the ego like this? No, of course not. If the ego liked it, it wouldn't be an ego. The ego does not want to die. And that's all that will die. That's all that will melt away, is an ego identity that never existed, that was a false, insane concept of separation. Nothing. The willingness to let the fever of love burn through the mind and open the heart to reality. To believe that you were in control, or that you were in this lifetime to get control, is a lie that the ego has made. In love, there is nothing to control. In love, everything is just flowing. Everything else is made up in your own mind. And it comes through the body that you made up to believe that you are separate. And you believe the body rather than God. You put your faith in what the body tells you, your reactions, your impulses, your habits. You believe in those, and you choose to believe in those habits rather than in the truth of love that is called God. Wisdom, divine intelligence, all that is, eternal, beyond concepts, beyond any knowing, love. This is the way of love. The choice, the choosing, the refusal to accept the games that have been played in the past, to forgive the games that have been played in the past, forgiving that they didn't ever exist, that they had no value, that they were never real, they were never true, they were made up. In this awakening, before this awakening, right before this awakening, not aware that this was right before the awakening, joy burned through everything in the awareness that everything was made up. I made it up. I made it up. Everything. I made it up. The I that thought it was made it up. Made it up. Conjured it up. Fabricated it. Dreamt it. Made it up. Untrue. No reality. No truth. Not one single thread of truth. Nothing. A mirage, a camouflage, a lie, a nightmare, all untrue. And by choice, the acceptance, I made it up. I didn't know anything. There was nothing to know. Nothing to know. Nothing to hold on to. Nothing to protect. Nothing to defend. Nothing to procure. Nothing to get. Nothing to win. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. To the ego, this strikes fear. But at some time, every beloved has to come to this place that this is made up. And it's in the day-to-day life that it begins. I could see peace instead of this. I am believing in something, I am believing in an upset that does not exist. Light and joy and peace abide right here. I'm not aware of it. I think I know something else. I will step back and let God lead. A declaration of devotion, a declaration that I don't know anything. I will let God lead. I choose to let God lead. I choose to be guided, to be led. I choose. I question the validity of everything that's in the mind. I question it because I don't want any more lies. I don't want any more games. I don't want any more pain, any more belief in suffering. I don't want it. It is not God's will for me. I must love. I must learn to love. I must see the light and love through my heart. I say yes. Burn away everything that I've made up. Burn it away with the bonfire of love that is the power of God. I accept the miracles of healing. I want to be healed. I want to remember. I want it. I want it. I want the glorious bliss of dropping to my knees in deepest surrender possible. I want, with all of my heart, to love so deeply that I want to kiss everyone's feet. I want to offer love and only love because there is nothing else. I want to live in joy because it is God's will. I want to do God's service. I want to follow God's will in every moment because it's what I truly am. The light of God, the creation. Don't want anything else. That is where the heart has to go. That is where the heart has to bleed. It has to bleed and be ripped open in that wanting. That is the light. That is the power of love that you join with what you truly want. And every day, the schoolroom is open. Every day. All night long, the schoolroom is open. Is it a schoolroom that takes attention? Yes. Yes. Simply pay attention. Every moment. What am I believing in? Where's my allegiance? Am I following? Am I wanting to listen? Am I recognizing I don't know anything? Please show me the way. I want to listen. I am willing to listen. I will shut up and listen. I will come into a place of quiet and listen. There is a divine teaching. Whoever is sanest in the moment is called to love. Called to serve love. Called to offer love. Whoever is sanest in the moment. This calling, this teaching goes against being a victim. It is the recognition of a call to love, that if there is truth, I am sane in this moment and I say yes to love, and I will love. I will not wait for another to do the right thing. in my insane mind. I am here to love. I'm here to offer love. And I am being called as the sanest in every moment to offer love. Whoever is sanest in the moment is you. It isn't in your best interests to pretend that you're not sane so that you can not offer love. To play a game with, I'm not the one who needs to do this, I want somebody else to do it. This is the victim identity that is wanting the domination of your mind. Whoever is sanest in the moment is called to love. And that is you in every moment. It's the willingness to recognize what sanity is and what is insanity. Insanity is fear. Fear is insanity. Hatred is insanity. It's not good or bad, it's insane. It is not sane because it is not love. If you were ever worried about being insane, look no further. You are insane as long as you believe in a separate self. That's not the truth of you, but it is the truth of the belief of separation. It's insane. It's completely untrue. It has no reality. Only love is real. Only oneness exists. That's all. Only peace and joy and harmony are reality. Insanity is a made-up identity. No one has a worse or better one. No one has accomplished anything in the belief of separation. This is a dynamically brilliant realization. It releases you completely from using the past as a weapon for self-destruction and self-attack. It has no reality. There is nothing to gain or win or prove or succeed in insanity. You will not be a better insane person. You will not be a better, more well-adjusted insane person. It's not possible. It's insane. This is, again, not a condemnation. This is a realization to be able to make the choice between love and illusion. While you give yourself latitude of illusion has value, or that you can make some sense out of it because you think you know something and you can make a story, you're not making a choice. You're believing in the smoke and mirrors, the shiny objects that get dangled in front to distract you from the truth. The truth is, only love is real. And to embrace this it's not a concept. It's not a theoretical choice. There's no choice in theory. There's no choice in memorization of spiritual truths. It's manifesting them with your whole being to offer love, to no longer be willing to see an enemy, a cautionary identity. Yes, you have lived in the belief of reaction for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, battling, trying to win, trying to be safe, building a little prison kingdom with your walls and your story and your identity. You've built that in order to keep pretending that this has meaning, that this is purposeful, and it has no purpose, and it's just nothing. So when you come to the spiritual awareness that there is a choice, then that is where love really can enter. Because you have to make the choice. No one will make it for you. It's not about rescue. It's not about this happened to me because I was a victim and I need to be rescued. No, I made it up. I made up a separate life, a separate identity. And God is showing me it's not the truth. Love is the only truth. I can let go of all of this made up stuff. It has not rained light for many days. The wells in most eyes look drought-stricken. Yes, this is a poem that speaks to the drought of the heart in the belief of separation. The drought that is being believed in. It's not real. But when you believe that you're empty, when you believe that your heart has to be protected and defended, it's all upside down. When love is everywhere and everything. And the mind that is thinking it knows is closing the door constantly. Just closing it off. For no purpose other than to be right and to believe that you are in control of nothing. To stay in the same little prison, the same little cell, the same little identity that you settled for, and then you'll try to improve it again. And it will never improve because it's built on nothing. It's built on illusion. It's not giving that energy anymore to a false identity, a false battle, a false life that has no reality. Again, it's not a condemnation, it's just the honesty of what am I believing in? Where am I putting my faith? Where am I putting my devotion? What am I choosing? I don't want to self-hate anymore. And by my choice of love, I choose love because I have been promised that I am worth that love because I am that love. I'm choosing what is true. I'm choosing the light that has been hidden, but that I'm willing to accept and live. By living it. By recognizing there is no enemy, and I have projected an entire world that has absolutely no meaning. There is nothing outside. Nothing outside. The universe is here. Here. Not to be understood with the mind. How can the universe be here when it's not there? It's letting go of all the thinking that you're going to understand the mysteries of the universe instead of melting into it. Instead of saying, take me. Take me and dissolve this lie. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. I will not pledge my allegiance to this lie anymore. For nothing. Friends are not easy to find in this barren place. Friends are impossible to find in this barren place, because when there is fear and hatred, there are no friends. There are no beloveds. There is no union. There is a game that's being played of protection and defense, winning, proving, all disguised just enough that you can stay in a trance, but no truth to it, none at all, just a game. The willingness to be the one who is the sanest, who steps into the truth and says, I will not attack any longer anything or anyone with my thoughts, with my ideas, with my concepts, with my knowing. I will not keep attacking, because that attack is actually here. Every beloved is me. Every beloved is God, waiting to come back into oneness in my awareness, already one, never separated. All God, all love, all truth. Stepping out of that barren, recognizing it's a barren place. It is not your friend. It is not your purpose. For sure, it's not your purpose. Attack has no reason, no reality, nothing. Hatred, anger, it's all nothing. Absolutely nothing. Has no purpose. On this primal caravan, careers and cities appear real in this intense desert heat. Yeah, they do. But again, choice. I put my faith in God. I put myself in the hands of God. Only love is real. I give myself. I will follow, because I don't know the way. This is the way of love. And love will never lead you incorrectly. It's not possible. But in that trust is the letting go of right and wrong and good and bad, and I like and I don't like, and I want it this way, and I want to feel it like this, and I want this kind of experience, and I want the high, and I want the addictions, and I want the control. This is all the insanity. The insanity is running. Where most everyone has become ill from guarding nothing. There is a sickness, an illness. That's why the fever of love is necessary, because the fever of love is burning away the concepts, the ideas, the lies that have been made, as they're surrendered in your willingness, by your choice to surrender. And to recognize the insanity of trying to control, when all it does is cause more suffering within. It has no love. There's no love there. It's all self-attack. Self-attack. Don't get lost. It has not rained here for days. Rained light. Don't get lost in this illusion of nothing. It has no meaning. Look, most everyone is diseased from making love to nothing. Making love is the worship of the idols, the worship of ownership, of protection, of defense. Making love to nothing. Protecting, defending. Suspicious, cautious. Being right. It's all self-attack. There's no love there. And love is calling you home. Love is calling you home. Be willing to forgive every beloved for what he has not done. forgive every beloved for what he has not done. Not done. Not what he's done, what he has not done, because he has done nothing. No one has done anything. No one is saying anything that is reality when they are in their false identity. It is your calling. Who is ever sanest is called to see the truth of every beloved for them. That is the call to love. That is the call to trust. I will walk this way with my mighty companions of love. And I will completely step over the lies that anything has happened. I will not be stopped by reactions and impulses. I will love because it's what I'm here to do. I will answer the call of God's love calling. And I will learn as I walk in this world temporarily. I will learn to love because I am willing to learn, because I am willing to embrace love and be guided by love and be the instrument of love and return to love by the miracle of love, not by what you think you know, but by letting go of what you think you know and opening to what is real, what is truth, what you aren't aware of. That's the awakening to the truth, to the light, to peace, to harmony, to recognizing and embracing your true self, your divine self that is not a body, that is not imprisoned in time or an identity of any kind, is free, free, free to move and be in the river of love and not know anything. There's the freedom. There's the peace. There's the joy. I don't know anything. You have the power within you, but you have to choose. And that choice becomes the complete use of time, the complete purpose of every day, praising love, communicating, communing with love, opening, singing, praising God, gratitude, kindness, yes, show me the way, and letting go of everything that you think you know, all the habits, everything, and just letting God lead. Letting God lead. I don't know anything. There's nothing to know. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to control. That's the funniest joke of all. And all fear disappears. You are not fear. You are not sadness. You are not lack. You are not death. You are not limited. You are not separate. There is no problem. There is no problem. Let me recognize the problem. The problem is that you believe you're separate from God, and it's a lie, it's not true, there is no problem. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't change reality. And that's the journey. The refusal to worship your past. The what you made up as your identity, your story, your limitation, your belief in separation. You're not willing to worship that and listen to that any longer. You are saying yes to peace, to harmony, to joy. And through trust, through the trust of the divine, through the trust of the promises of all divine beings, through the vibration of love, you will remember. Let the fever of love have its way, bringing worth and blessings to everyone, bringing love to everyone, embracing everyone in divine equality. Nothing to get. Everything is already here. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't make it less here. Thank God you're not right. Thank God you're not right. You are mistaken. Love is all that there is. Right here, right now. And for all eternity. Never was anything else. Can the mind understand this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The mind is what made up the story to begin with. Surrender your mind to be transformed into love. Then it's no longer split. It's no longer insane in its split. Return it all to God and come empty into love, into harmony, into peace. You have the choice, but it has to be used. There's no victim rescue. There's no victim. And there's no wishful thinking and fantasy. Those are the lies. That's the lie of distortion. No truth. Love is eternal and never changes. Love is what you are. Love is all that is. You are mistaken. Thank